Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we are buying the cheapest Land Rover LR3 we could find in the country. It's that one right there, and we drive it back, or do we? That might be a little, this might be a little clue as to what happened. Well, I'm flying. So why are we buying the cheapest Land Rover LR3 we can find? It has something to do with this. That guy right there. Possibly there, but now right there. More on that later. All right, so we are just outside the shop, ready to go on our little risky road trip. And this is actually risky road trip times 2. So not only are we going to get the cheapest LR3 in the country, which means it's probably not going to be great, as you would expect a $750 LR3 to be, probably complete garbage. Hopefully it actually starts, runs, does whatever it is. But we are also taking this 2008 Audi A6 Avant wagon, good looking car, but 189,000 miles. We just took this in on trade, and it is going to be heading to the auction. It is on the chopping block, and I'm not sure if this one's gonna make it up either. So, I guess we'll find out. 200-mile trip, 200 miles on a proven car. Jamie's along for the ride. She's super excited about it. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, and hopefully we will have an LR3 here shortly. And right here you can see how confident we are in both of these. A couple gallons of coolant, 5 liters of oil, some paper towels, tools, jump pack, because this thing's got a dead battery, and I'm sure the other one does too. We brought the Autel, so hopefully with all that we can make it back. But if not, we have Ted with the trailer on standby. Just a 200-mile trip. We've done worse in an LR3, but it is a little scary with something that has nearly 200,000 miles and was so cheap and sold as is. But we'll be fine. No worries. All right, so we made it up here. 200 miles. The 189,000 mile Audi did great. It's actually a really nice car. Someone is going to get a good value with this one. One minor problem: I have a broken windshield. That sucks. But no, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen on the trip. That was like that before. Gonna go into the auction and grab that LR3. Bring the jump pack with me. It's been sitting for a little over a month. It was as is. I already went through arbitration, if you know what that means. That means someone already kicked it for an issue at the last sale. So this is gonna be fine. All right, so yep, got a bit of a flat tire. Son of a bitch. That's gonna be an issue. Didn't think to carry anything for that. All right, we're gonna fire it up first though. Got a bit of a broken taillight. Oh, spare tire's missing in case that flat tire doesn't work. That's nice. Oh, we only have one flat tire. It's about what you'd expect for that kind of money. This, yeah. That doesn't look like it's gonna make it. Smells like cigarette in here. But it did start up. We got transmission fault. So current situation, we have a flat tire, and Joe did not bring air bomb or compressor because I'm a genius. And then we also have a few lights on, including the battery light. I did bring the scan tool with though, but battery light's concerning because it probably needs an alternator then. So, not great. But we do have the jump pack, so we could run off that for a little bit. Either way, what we're gonna do now is see if I can find a compressor or an air tank so I can get some air in this thing. After that, we'll reassess. All right, so we're back next to this piece of shit. But went ahead and ran to AutoZone real quick and grabbed the cheapest plug-in compressor I could find. So let's see if we can get this done. It's actually working, but while that's going on, we're gonna take care of this little mirror situation. Man, we don't want to do any more damage to the door. So let's get that off. There. Fixed. All right, so we got enough air in the tire that we can get it out of here and get to an air compressor and not destroy it. And that's nice. I mean, solid work. So obviously we're off to a great start. This should be something. Good thing we got duct tape there holding that in. But we no longer have a banging mirror on the door. One slight issue is that light right there. That's the worrisome one. Whatever about the rest of them. That one, that could mean alternator. Not a whole lot we can do about that on the road. Let's get out and get the scan tool hooked up and see what's up. So good news is we're showing 13.87 volts, so that means the alternator is charging. So I think we'll be good to go. Bad news is we got 13 faults in the engine. The other thing is Jamie wasn't quite on board with this once I told her that it was a $750 one. I kind of bamboozled her on that. I didn't quite inform her that we were getting a complete turd. So she's got another 3 hours back in the Marlboro LR3 because it kind of stinks. Someone spent all their money on the cigarettes instead of the maintenance. Now, it wants to know what audio system this has. It's got the Harman Kardon. We'll go highline. It does.
Right now, I don't care if it makes it, because even if it breaks down, I'm gonna thumb it for a rag to get food.
All right, so we'll find out what's going on in the engine here. And it looks like a lot of misfires. Some of these things, different things, yeah. We'll just go ahead and clear everything out and see where we're at. Jamie just noticed the mirror.
We're never gonna make it back.
What you didn't see is me cutting the mirror off. It was hanging on the door before.
Nice.
So we're good.
Quality.
So we're gonna go ahead and erase everything because we don't care. Jamie's sanitizing her area. I have no idea why she would think this is disgusting. All right, so we determined we're gonna roll with this and try and make it back. So we will check the oil, top off the coolant, and fill that tire up and be on our way, and not gonna make it. And we're off. Jamie's super excited about this whole trip. Couldn't have a better co-pilot. We got a little bit of a flashing check engine light under load, but misfires, we don't worry about misfires. This thing's golden. Got the tire filled up, and we're gonna make a quick stop to eat, have some noodles.
Pray it starts back up.
No faith. Look at the view from the inside of this beautiful sub-$1,000 Land Rover. I know you're jealous. Everybody's jealous. So we got a new developing situation. We're 5 miles in. And those guys were laughing at me. But we're 5 miles in, and under throttle, it pegs the temp gauge, but it recovers quickly. There, like that. It's up. So I guess we will attempt to bleed this thing after we eat some noodles. Right over there, those noodles. So yeah. All right, so we just got done eating our noodles. So we are going to top the coolant back off and bleed it before we take off. That may not work, but we're gonna bleed it here, and hopefully that solves our wandering temp gauge issue. And for note, this already has had just universal coolant in it, so this has been an issue. But that's all right, because I just brought universal coolant anyways. It's a $750 one. I don't really care.
Oh, I was gonna go in TJ Maxx and look at the line.
Oh, is there a line? I said you can go there.
I'm still going up there. I'll be back.
All right, so we got the bleeder screw out, and we will top this guy off, fire it up, do a little revvy, and get this thing going. flying. All right, so that's the end of that thermostat. What I went ahead and did there is gut the thermostat. I don't know if it's just not letting anything move. It's either that or the water pump's got no fins. But as you can see, we have the correct tools, so we had to use a flat blade to get those Torxes out. But bush fix or a parking lot fix. We got TJ Maxx back there. So as you do, we'll put this back in and see if we got some flow now. Let's find out. So, that was another failure. The thermostat gutting that didn't work. I mean, I felt pretty proud of myself that I was able to do that in a parking lot. So, there's a win there in the fact that Joe accomplished some MacGyver type stuff using a flat blade on the Torx, gutting the thermostat in an LR3. All for naught though, because this thing's kind of dead in the water. A little bit of a rough running issue now that it's overheated. I went ahead and possibly ruined the cheapest LR3 in the country. But I guess someone else could have ruined it before us. But with that being said, Jamie's being a good sport. She went there, and now we're gonna go walk around. Because, like usual, you gotta do the old better call Ted, and he's gotta come save our butts. All right, so we still got a little bit of a tire leak. So we're gonna watch this guy dance around for a little bit. Mir's still gone. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is probably one of my top purchases. I'm pretty excited about this one. Can't find any faults whatsoever. All right, so it's not all the way aired up, but I can 100% guarantee that that tire will last longer than that engine. So we're gonna test the durability of the head gaskets real quick, like here. 2.6 miles to drive. We let her cool down. So I want to be nice to it. I don't want it to break. I assure you I don't want it to break, because I want to break it when we get home. I mean, it's just kind of boring to break it on the way home. Either way, we're heading to IKEA to kill some time. Us small town folks don't get these big city luxuries like IKEA. So maybe she gets to buy something. There's IKEA, and we made it without even bumping the temp gauge. I think we should even just kind of chance this thing home. I don't know if she's on board or not.
Not that we're in the parking lot now.
Jamie's informing me that we should park in the back.
Boonies.
In the boonies, where a truck and trailer could winch this thing on, because for some reason she doesn't have any faith in this thing starting back up. I don't know why on earth she would think that. There's hardly any lights on the dash. It's only overheated 12 times since we've had it for, what are we at? We're at 11 miles.
I'd say let's just drive home then.
Well, we should just try to drive home. I don't know why you wanted to call Ted. Always just gotta bail out, call Ted, take the easy route, but either way.
Oh, the lies you tell.
We'll go enjoy some IKEA, some Swedish meatballs. We'll wait for Ted. Like usual, Ted has to be the hero. Mainly because I do very, very unwise things.
Like a child.
But either way, this is fun. I mean, what's wrong with a car that doesn't make it home? So we just spent several too many hours in IKEA.
It would be 8 miles exactly.
8 miles of walking. 8 miles of walking. We tracked it. This is scientific. But 8 miles of walking in IKEA. Looks like our ride is here. Mind you, we went after the cheapest LR3 in the country at $750. And somehow we managed to double our investment by braking and forcing us to kill time in IKEA. So we got a cart full of stuff that we probably didn't need.
Waiting for our ride.
Waiting for Ted. I don't know how he knew that this one right here was the one that is ours. It must look broken enough. Ted's got the 3-hour trip in. Truck looks clean at least. Uber hauls. Yeah, we called our Uber Ted. Uber hauls, that's probably not a bad idea. Once again, Ted has to come and save our butts. Our little $750 LR3 is... You know, we bought a bigger truck.
I don't have.
I mean, we could probably finish the whole house. Hold on, I'm gonna wait for the defroster. The heat, that doesn't have. Where's the beer?
We made sure we knocked that off on the way here.
We didn't have the outcome we wanted. We were bound to get bit on one of them. Luckily, it's one that was only a couple hundred miles away, so not a huge inconvenience. More of an inconvenience for Ted than us. We at least had IKEA to keep us occupied. He had to waste 6 hours of his day after my poor decision in purchasing once again. Yeah, so we'll call that an epic fail. But I didn't quite make it. We made it 11.6 miles out of 196. So we were about 185 miles shy. So we added 4 or 5 hours to our trip. We wasted Ted's Saturday. But Ted came to the rescue nonetheless. Good thing is, we got more Land Rovers to use. So when one goes down, you just grab another. So as you can see, namely there, and like we showed earlier, it didn't quite work out as desired. Kind of worked out as expected, but not as desired. Good thing we got Ted. We had him on standby. We knew this was probably going to end up this way. The $750 previous repossessed LR3 may not be the one to try and drive back. What do? You got to try though, right? I have so much faith in Land Rovers that I figured it would just make it. But anyways, why exactly did we buy this thing? We wanted a cheap one because we want to play, namely something along those lines. Look at how big that is. That is a 35-inch tire right there. We've never put a 35 on an LR3. We got this thing to put it through its paces. It's one we don't have to care about. Flaws, as you can see, right around there. And we needed a few parts off it. We had to rob some parts off the seat. Seat will go back in there. Anyways, this thing is gonna be a little bit of a test bed. We're gonna see what it takes to fit 35s. Not exactly those, because those are 16-inch ones. We'll need to keep the 18s to clear the brakes. But 35-inch tires. So we'll figure out what kind of lift we need. What kind of cutting. We might just clearance there. Because we don't want to make it too tall. So 35-inch tires. We'll go pound it around the woods. We'll see what we can break. We'll see what kind of things an LR3 can handle. And we'll do it with one we don't have to care about. That's the ideal situation. Plus, we've never had a blue one. With that being said, appreciate you guys watching. And to see more destruction on this LR3, subscribe, hit the bell. And if you enjoyed this video whatsoever, it helps if you give us a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good night. We got TJ Maxx back there.